So I just came back from the broker open event for Avella. They had horses, they had the mare, they had a saxophone that shot out fire that I was forced to sit through, but I have all the information. This video is going to be a little bit longer, but it's going to answer every single one of your questions. And then I'll do 3 more videos: site plan analysis, floor plan analysis, and then the HST/price analysis. All right, so what is it? It is 3-story townhomes, 3 bedrooms standard. We'll come back to that in a second. 3 bath, 2-car garage. Why 3 to 5 bedrooms? Well, you can put one on the ground floor. The ground floor is the floor you park your cars in, right? It's kind of a waste of space normally. And then you can put one on the very top floor, the 3rd floor, where the bedrooms are. Remember, in a 3-story townhouse, you have ground, you have main, which is the 2nd floor, and then you have the upper floor, which is the 3rd floor. So that's how you can get to 5. Of course, you have to pay for it. Next, finished basement. You do get a finished basement. When you look at the plan, take a look on the top left side. It tells you how big it is. They are not big. And I would say the biggest difference is some have only the option for an optional wet bar, rough-in, and then some have an optional rough-in for a bathroom depending on the size. But you know what? Good to have. It's a storage space. It's somewhere where the kids can play. Next, let's go into the sizing. And this is a bit misleading. So here you see all the square footage. They say over 2,000, but if we scroll down here, you see all stated square footage includes balcony and finished basement areas. You know, I don't know why they do this. You're just gonna piss people off. So again, on the floor plan here, you can see total square footage, and then you can remove finished basement and outdoor balcony. So on average, you're gonna see a difference of about 300, right? So I'd subtract about 300, but whichever one you choose, you can just do the math. Some are bigger, some are smaller. No condo fees. I reported that there were gonna be condo fees. They have not mentioned it anywhere. So as of now, no condo fees. That is a huge, huge plus. Not sure why they told me that a day ago. Pricing. Pricing is all here. The good news is that you see this one, the cheaper one, there are options for it. I'm gonna open up the site plan. I thought maybe they'd only have 1 or so. So you can only buy it in block 1, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4 options. So better than just having 1. Usually they just put that in for marketing. Now, price is inclusive of the HST rebate. I'm gonna do a full video on that, but it means that this is the price that you're gonna pay, right? Don't think about anything else. You're not paying anything above it other than your upgrades and your premiums, but this is the price you will pay at the builder. Next is closing and construction. So construction is going to start in the fall of 2026, and they're going to have their closings in August 2027. Deposits are $80,000 total. I'm going to pull this up over here so you can see it. So $20,000 upon signing, and then $10,000 each 30 days for a total of $80,000. Not bad for a deposit. Worksheets, they have to be submitted by me on June 3rd or by June 3rd. The earlier the better. Maybe we can secure you a spot before then. And then you're going to sign with the builder in the office on June 6th. So you have to get all your information before that date. You have to submit it with the worksheet. Checks, IDs, everything, and fill it out. Next, let's go through the incentives. So you get a bunch of stuff. So we talked about the basement. You get appliances, you get vinyl throughout the whole townhouse, so not just main and ground, everywhere. Staircase that matches, I mean, that's barely an upgrade. 9-foot ceilings on the main floor. Smooth ceilings, well, that's, whatever. Air conditioning should always be included, personally, I think. You can assign it. I mean, assignments are pretty much dead these days. Development charged, capped at $10,000. Personally, I think that's a little high. Usually it's $5,000 or $2,500. It is what it is. And then, you know, that's just thermometer, all that kind of stuff. That is more mumbo jumbo. Quartz countertop throughout. And they said something about some special electric fireplace. I don't know. You'll have to see. It's not gas, it's electric. Overall, you know, the big things are ceilings, flooring, and appliances. And lastly, let's take a look at the upgrades and the premiums. Here they are, 7,500 elevation B. Let's take a look over here. This is elevation A. This is elevation B. Personally, I cannot tell the difference. This one looks a bit green on the outside. This one looks a bit beige. It could be the brick versus the stonework. Usually the elevation difference premium is it costs a little bit more to build it. Maybe some more windows, maybe on corners you have to see the side. I can't tell what it is. I'll ask him next time. In any case, if you have elevation B, and we'll pull it up right now, you're gonna have to pay $7,500 more. So if you come here to the site plan, see underneath everywhere in the middle, it says this is elevation A, elevation A. If we move to another block, elevation B, elevation B. So anywhere it says B, you're going to be paying $7,500 more. Lastly, let's take a look at end premium for 30 and corner premium for 40. So end unit's gonna be any one that is at the end. You get a little bit more land, just a tiny bit. You also don't have a neighbor. They're going to charge you more for it. You also sometimes get windows on the side. You get more light, all that kind of thing. Corner premium, I'm not 100% sure. It is probably where you get even slightly more land. So from what I can see here, this guy would look like a corner premium. I don't know what these guys, the grass, this looks more like a boulevard than anything. This guy over here, possibly, but honestly, that is a horrible lot. You're right by the front with the cars and you're on the main road. I would not pay a premium for that. So I don't really see anything else. I'll double check with them, right? My guess is it's gonna be more like this guy over here when that gets released, something like this. But overall, end unit makes sense, less neighbors, more light. It's kind of like a semi, so they're gonna charge you a little bit more. And lastly, the bedrooms. We already talked about that, 15,000, one on the top floor, one on the bottom floor. So that's it for this one. Again, look out for the 3 other videos. I think they're gonna be even more important because that's what helps you make your decision when you're picking a lot.